Picture it. America in 1958, Elvis was on the jukebox, tail fins were on the cars, and fear was in the air. Why the fear? Because the Soviets had launched Sputnik. This wasn't just some satellite, it was a shiny metal ball of panic orbiting our planet, a constant reminder that the Soviets might be ahead in the space race. Americans were already on edge because of the nuclear arms race. Each side was building bigger and badder bombs, enough to turn the planet into a cinder. Now the Soviets had taken the competition to space. The thought of them putting nukes in orbit was enough to make anyone break out in a cold sweat. The US government knew it had to do something drastic to catch up. They poured money into science and engineering, hoping to create a generation of rocket scientists practically overnight. Little did anyone know some of those government funds would go to a plan so audacious, so outlandishly ambitious, that it would make launching a metal beach ball into space seem like child's play. Enter physicist Leonard Reifel. A brilliant mind working at the prestigious Armor Research Foundation, Reifel got a top-secret assignment to figure out if we could nuke the moon. Yes, you heard that right. Someone in the government thought the best way to show the Soviets who was boss was to blow something up on the moon. Now Reifel wasn't some trigger-happy lunatic. He knew the idea sounded crazy, but he also knew that detonating a nuke on the moon, while scientifically questionable, would be one heck of a publicity stunt. Imagine the headlines, imagine the awe, imagine the fear in the eyes of those communists. Project A-119, as it was ominously called, was shrouded in secrecy. Reifel and his team worked tirelessly, running simulations and calculations to see if it was even possible. They had to consider everything: the type of bomb, the trajectory, the potential impact on the lunar surface, and of course the PR value. Reifel later admitted that this project was more about politics than science. The goal wasn't really to learn about the moon, it was to scare the Soviets and boost American morale. A giant mushroom cloud on the moon would be a powerful symbol, a testament to American might in the face of Soviet aggression. Of course, there were potential scientific benefits too. Analyzing the blast could teach us about the composition of the moon and the effects of nuclear explosions in a vacuum. Military minds even dreamed of establishing a lunar base, a strategic foothold in the burgeoning space race. But there were also significant concerns. What if the rocket carrying the bomb malfunctioned and exploded on Earth? What about the long-term effects of nuclear fallout on the moon? And what kind of message would it send to the world if we started nuking celestial bodies? In the end, cooler heads prevailed. Project A-119 was scrapped, deemed too risky, and potentially disastrous. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967, signed by both the US and the Soviet Union, prohibited the militarization of space, including the placement of nuclear weapons in orbit. The moon, for now, was safe. But imagine if they had gone through with it. Instead of a serene, silvery orb, we might have a moon pockmarked with craters from nuclear tests. Would we be sending astronauts to explore a radioactive wasteland? Would the lunar surface glow in the dark? And how would that have affected Pink Floyd's album sales? We may never know the full story behind Project A-119, but it serves as a chilling reminder of the Cold War's paranoia, and the lengths to which nations would go to assert their dominance. It also makes you appreciate the peaceful, crater-free moon we have today. So next time you look up at the night sky, give a silent thank you to common sense, international diplomacy, and maybe even Pink Floyd, and keep exploring the wild, weird, and sometimes terrifying corners of history. You never know what you might find. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Heck, shoot the moon.